Objection! And welcome back everyone to our Marvel Plus live reaction of She-Hulk, titled
Legally Green.
Last time we witnessed possibly the worst wedding ever, and the worst candidate for marriage ever. Yeah, last episode was technically, I guess you could say, a filler episode, one of those lighthearted type things where it shows Jen in her everyday life, you know, outside of She-Hulk. But of course, she can't escape from She-Hulk because right away after the previous episode where she saw Titania in court, she sees Titania again. Except this time, hands are thrown down. And you think, wow, awesome, we finally get to see these two fight. And then she slips on her heel and breaks her teeth. Great fight, guys. And like I said, we also got to see Mr. Immortal for the first time, basically going to mediation with about 8 of his former spouses. Fun fact, I discovered that the actor who plays him was actually in the book of Boba Fett. He was that Tweely guy who worked for the mayor that we did not like. I sort of see a trend with him a bit.
At least in this one, he jumps out a window and
but he doesn't die. It's like, it doesn't even make it worth it. Fun fact, apparently he also was on 2 shows with Amy Sedaris, including Boba Fett. But yeah, today's episode I believe is going to be much more interesting because a former cameo that we thought we'd only see one time shows up again in the episode titled
The Retreat. Retreat!
Run away! Run away! Yeah, I already saw the description of the episode, so I know that Emil Blonsky shows up in it again. And I'm kind of glad we get to see him. I would like to see him at his yoga retreat, living among his 10 wives or whatever, and, you know, living the hippie lifestyle, and hopefully sticking to what he promised about not changing, although, given this is a Marvel property and things happen and stuff, I have a feeling we might see him transform in this. From what the description said, it seems that she might be going to him not just to visit, but maybe possibly to harness her inner Hulk. I mean, we technically already saw her do that at the beginning with Bruce, but granted, she didn't really need to do it that much. She obviously doesn't have 2 separate personalities. She has better control of her anger. So really, there wasn't that much for her to learn in that sense. If anything, I guess maybe he'd teach her how to be stronger, since he is technically a stronger variant of Hulk in a sense, I would think. But we'll have to wait and find out. So let's get started and see what happens when we go on a nice, relaxing yoga retreat.
My name's Josh.
Jen.
My name's Josh.
Strike up a very normal conversation with a beautiful woman.
He's totally sus.
Some of these are death threats. The best thing to do is ignore it. Just let her live her life.
Yeah, she's getting death threats and there's someone literally out for her blood. But yeah, let's not tell her about any of that. Let her find out the hard way. That makes all the sense. Nice lovely shot of the bathroom. Well, she got them digits at least. Nice transition.
What? I must be seeing double. 4 Jens!
Oh, look at that. They're having a nice, normal date. I'm sure nothing bad is gonna happen. Okay, so no kiss on the first date. No texting at work, Jen.
It's under the table. Nobody can see it.
No kiss on the second date? Okay.
She's like,
yeah,
what?
Dude, come on. Okay, now we progress things a bit. We go from no first kiss to sex on the 3rd date. Is that a bump on her arm? He's gone. You watch, he ghosts her now that he's gotten what he wants.
Yep.
You didn't tell me you were nominated for Female Lawyer of the Year?
What a coinky dink.
A gala? Oh, are you going down a rabbit hole on that intelligentsia site?
What? No, I don't care what a bunch of losers say about me online.
Oh, so she did tell her.
So my face
Oh yeah, that's right, she left a voicemail.
Hulk smash.
It's just the first 12 hours after you slept with someone for the first time. It's just gonna feel icky. You just gotta coast through it without doing anything stupid.
Why can't you just text me back? Why is it so hard?
There's literally no
Because he
reason
got
to
what he
do it.
wanted and now he bailed.
Be in a meeting or at the movie. I hope he's at all of those things.
What is this, The Shining?
Why won't he call? Why won't he call? But Miss Piggy. Oh, Great Muppet Caper. It's my favorite Muppet movie.
Miss Piggy's the Hulk!
I mean, interesting. Who would win in a fight, Miss Piggy or She-Hulk? That's a tough call.
Depends how angry Piggy is.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
I can't imagine you calling me on a Sunday's good news.
Oh boy.
We got a malfunction alert on Blonsky's inhibitor. We don't have the resources for a squad of uniforms to go with me, so I was hoping you'd meet me there, just in case. You know.
She also want to save having to pay for guys, so you just have She-Hulk to tag along for free.
It would be much greater if I had a Hulk there with me.
Stop texting while driving. We've seen at least 3 Marvel properties where this ended badly.
You already got into one accident that caused you to become a Hulk. You wanted to try for 2?
Summer Twilights. Interesting name.
Blonsky?
You're honking your horn at a 10-foot tall lizard monster.
So maybe put on your green suit.
Put on my green suit.
Why don't you wait to see if he's actually a threat before bringing out the big guns?
Hulking out.
Okay, good. Whatever. Hey, do you think maybe you might have jostled it, or?
Come to think of it, I did get a jolt from an electric fence earlier, but it was worth it because my favourite chicken, Princess Silkfeather, was stuck.
Your favorite chicken?
So, stay away from the electric fence. Then I won't have to make any more scary trips.
Don't trip on the
Nothing else.
electric
Like coming
fence.
up here.
No, come back anytime.
Oh, that was a waste of time.
He's always in such a hurry to leave.
Well, I've already wasted half a Sunday on this expedition, so I'm gonna get moving.
What?
What the hell? Rude.
Dude!
Did we just run into a LARP here?
What the hell is going on?
It's just 2 men working through their resentments in a safe environment, Jen. Sorry, it's my fault.
You know what?
So this is a LARP.
My Prius Prime with money.
Absolutely apologize to your Prius if that'll make you feel better. Mammal was a weird lab experience with dogs.
And I am elated. And before you make assumptions, no, I am not a matador. That'll make the 2 of us fighting pretty cliche.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
I am not the one with the issues, alright? I know exactly who I am.
So much unnecessary backstory to tell to someone whose car you just destroyed. I can't
Yeah.
fight this. How am I supposed to go home now?
Think of this totally knackered Prius Prime as your teacher.
That was nothing. You just said nothing in response to a very straightforward.
Give us a push to the garage.
Do I look like a mechanic? My name's Man Bull, not Mechanical Bull.
You can at least push that car. Come on.
Yeah, that felt very forced.
You too?
I think it's fantastic news that the tow truck won't get here until later today.
Is that fantastic news?
Well,
It almost feels like this was on purpose.
Relax.
Is there no cell reception here?
No. Okay, so over there is the Wood Lodge where I offer
Chickens.
spiritual consultation and life coaching.
I'm not sweating it out in a year today. I need to get some work done. So if you could get me a desk and some Wi-Fi.
It's a bit of a hard ask, I'm afraid, down the Wi-Fi front. We don't carry it as a policy, distractions from the outside.
Makes sense.
Oh, and you have no reception.
Maybe it's how you need to spend your day.
I'm gonna find some.
Probably should be
Clearly
devoid
you're
of your
not in a
phone right now,
teachable
honestly.
mood right now, and I do respect that.
Just gonna wander around the property just trying to get Wi-Fi. How big is this property?
I know, I was wondering.
I know they said he had like an acre of land or something.
Oh, hell
Yay, 1 bar. Ha!
Jen, you remember El Aqua
Of course.
and Mandel?
yeah. Uh-huh.
He lured her with Wi-Fi.
He's a porcupine, and Saracen thinks he's a vampire.
Boo!
We really explored Alejandro's struggles with his identity.
Just because I am Spanish and I have a flair for the style, people constantly assume that I am a matador. It's dehumanizing.
Spanish is a language, not a nationality.
You've never heard of Spain?
I know it's not your fault.
But those
Wow.
attributes make me see you as a matador. I did do some light matadoring in college. Oh my god, dude, what? How could
Really?
To guard against codependency here.
We are not codependent.
Interesting. I'm sorry. Porcupine, want to share something?
No thanks.
Now, remember how we talked about vulnerability?
Weird he has like a
How
gas
important
mask
it is
or
to
something like that.
Yes.
How taking your suit off would be a great first step.
So he sleeps like that. I assume doesn't
We'll take
bathe.
your suit off today.
I just feel safer with it on. Thank you.
Sorry I'm late. I lost track of time in the yurt.
No way.
Jen, I really needed it though. I was hurting for a yurt.
that guy's here?
What?
You probably don't even remember who he is. Tell me they previously owned him. No, I don't care. We're doing it again.
Oh, is that the guy that attacked her?
Around, showing off your powers. Better be able to
Yeah,
back it up.
that's what I thought it was.
Oh, hey!
Oh no.
It's cool, let it go, man.
I'm allowed to be angry.
This asshole and his friends attacked me behind my apartment.
Yeah, Jennifer, darling, I'm gonna need you to sit in the carving chair right now. Right
Yeah, this is gonna go over well.
I didn't need a magic crowbar to give me a false sense of power. All it did was make me and my boys act like idiots. Rolling up on you like we were some supervillains or something.
Oh, you attacked a woman 4-1. You absolutely were super villains.
I hear you,
Yeah.
Mom. And I take radical accountability for my actions.
You can explain to her why.
I'm very, very sorry.
Sarcasm. Wow, Jennifer clearly has some stuff going on, and she'd rather sit here getting her kicks, listening to us, than working on herself.
I'm not getting my kicks, and I'm fine. What?
You are not fine. Look, you flying into a rage, throwing people across the room.
Into perfectly stacked chairs.
He attacked her. What did you expect?
Jed, so is there anything you want to get off your chest?
No,
Oh, here we go.
I met a guy, Josh, at a wedding. We went on a few dates, and I thought it was going great. And then I haven't heard from him. And now I can't stop thinking about it. Okay?
When's the last time you talked to him?
3 nights ago, when we
Made love.
first off, ew. No, when we slept together for the first time.
Another direct hit.
Okay, are you two married?
Codependency.
Well, what was the last thing you texted?
That was fun. I can't stop smiling.
Oh, yikes.
What?
Yeah, I can't stop smiling. It is thirsty and a cliche.
You're thirsty and a cliche.
Oh, you don't see the niggas coming outside.
Bottom line, you said game on, and he didn't respond.
Okay, that's not exactly the last thing I texted him.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, just now because I was
Oh,
so
boy.
worried. I hadn't heard from him in so long. For all I knew, he was in a ditch somewhere.
What did you do? What did you do?
Oh no.
Hey, getting a little worried. Just want to know you're okay. Blushing, smiling.
Why would
They're all cringing now.
Oh no, I was
I'm
freaking out.
cringing.
It's a real bad look.
I know it's a bad look, man.
It
Well,
sounds
I don't need to
desperate.
point out my obvious mistakes. I have my mom for that.
I think that we have to start considering the very real possibility that you were ghosted.
Or he wanted
Pretty
to-
much.
No, not that.
Man, stop talking about blood. Not everybody's your dad.
Don't talk about my dad.
Thanos.
He wanted her blood.
I met him when I was Jen, and he liked Jen. He specifically didn't ask about She-Hulk.
Guess that does make it hurt more.
School that friend that you have that's like, like cooler than you are, like more attractive and athletic, and they get all the attention from everyone. And I can turn into that person anytime I want to, and everyone pays attention when I'm this. Like my colleagues, my boss, guys. But it feels like cheating. Would they like me if I didn't have all of this? Like if I was just Jen? Would the same guys who like She-Hulk stick around for Jen? Because some of them don't. And that sucks for Jen because Jen is great. And no one cares when they're She-Hulk. So like I meet this guy who actually likes Jen, and that just felt good to know that, you know? And then he ghosts me, and it sucks.
Alright, screw this guy. Crazy thing.
That's right, he's got a dad.
Oh, dude.
Mangold is correct. Josh has made an enemy of this entire group. Tonight! Right!
Whoa.
You've been warned about
like that sword.
using bioelectricity in group before.
So, let's go find this Josh guy and suck out all his blood.
No, wait, wait! Jen is hurting, and all we can offer her is violence.
Good
Does
point.
anyone think they could speak to Jen's pain with the tools that we've learned in the group?
Maybe this Josh thing hurts so much because you haven't been spending enough time with Jen.
And that's a shame. Because I bet Jen is pretty damn great.
No.
Tasty.
Now you made it creepy.
Maybe, just maybe, this Josh isn't the only guy who likes Jen Walters. Maybe There's a group of guys right here who would love to spend time with Jen right now.
Aw.
Okay, Jen, do you believe that this group genuinely values the whole of you?
I mean, they saw her at her worst, and they're still offering support, so...
So maybe you can stop using She-Hulk as a protective shield and trust us with Jen.
There we go. Yay, breakthrough! Oh, is he gonna take it off?
What? Oh.
Oh man, how many hours a day have you been wearing that mask, Papa?
Leave the suit on and until we can get it.
Wow, he's had on that long. It's that bad when he takes off just the mask.
If Josh isn't spending time on Jen, then Jen doesn't need to be spending time on Josh.
Delete Josh's numbers, what he said.
That is a good step.
Come on.
Peer pressure, peer pressure.
Okay. How do you feel?
I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but I'm hurting for a year.
So cheesy. She can begin anew. So I guess it's like a steam room or something.
We made this for you.
Oh, bye, Jen. We love Jen and She-Hulk.
We do.
The gang.
Aw.
When it says gang, it's not literal gang. I'm gonna just make sure we make that clear to the global.
Yeah.
Next time you think of Josh, remember, everyone we meet, no matter how much they've hurt you, is a lesson learned.
Yeah, despite those platitudes, I am happy that I stuck around.
Feel free to come again.
Oh, that's how you get Wi-Fi. Come on.
I don't want to see the bill on that truck.
Just for a Prius? Oof. Ouch.
For how far is she going?
3 days area. Here's where it is. We're gonna see what he actually did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. He's copying all of her info? Oh wow. He's gonna put her picture on that site. Yep. And he got her blood. Knew it. Never trust a guy named Josh. It just leads to bad things. Oh god. Burn it. Burn it with
Costume
fire.
design was the credit there too.
God, you imagine how many smelly costumes they have to deal with on a daily basis, especially from those heavier ones. Ugh. And the plot thickens.
That was actually a pretty decent episode.
It was, because it was actually an introspective episode for Jen, which honestly is something she's desperately been needing. It's weird, when the show first started, she comes off as being really confident in everything, especially in regards to her job and her ability to master her inner Hulk and everything. It really didn't seem like she needed to work on anything personally. But then as we come to see, the real problem with Jen is her love life, and that's because A, she gets too overly clingy to people that show her the slightest bit of attention, and B, she ends up like kind of lowering herself or being overly compliant just at the chance of getting someone to love her.
Well, she's got a complex given that she wants people to love Jen, but they favor She-Hulk.
Right.
So it's easy to see why she's in that.
No, I could totally understand that, but something tells me that she's been experiencing that even before she became She-Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Because she mentioned, like having that one friend in high school and stuff. And I mean, you don't really understand that unless you've gone through it. So I think she's honestly had those underlying issues, and hence why she's such a workaholic and throws herself fully into her work and everything, just she doesn't have to focus on that aspect. But now that she's in the spotlight, she has the means to actually get a guy. Now those issues are becoming much more apparent. And I understand because, the guy, he went through 3 whole dates with her, even after she refused to kiss him the first 2. For most guys looking to hook up, that's a deal breaker. But he kept at it, and of course we later learn why, as we obviously speculated in the last episode. But yeah, it's like it really sucks when someone will initially try that hard, but then once they get what they want, they just take off. It's kind of like the whole thing with Barney Stinson, that he'll go to ridiculous degrees to make these women want to sleep with him, only to never contact them ever again.
He's got it down to a science.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could definitely tell forces were at work to like keep her on Emil's property to help her properly go through these emotions, because she really does need a support group. It's like, yes, she has her family, she has her friends and her coworkers and stuff, but she doesn't really have anyone she can connect with in terms of the She-Hulk thing. I mean, we even saw her try to talk to Bruce before, because, like, he at least knows what that's like. And granted, he can't exactly relate to her in the same sense, but it's still something he's familiar with. But it's nice that she's now talking with these superpowered beings that kind of know what it's like, that who's going through similar issues. And it's nice that they were at least open enough to let her talk about all of it and not make any judgments. In fact, they even try to fight on her behalf because of how outraged they were about how she was treated, which I thought was kind of sweet.
Although I can't help but wonder, especially given that one of the guys that attacked her that night just happened to be there, something doesn't smell right. And the fact that he didn't tell her what was going on, I'm like, red flags and bells are going off all over the place.
Yeah, that's the only thing that kind of makes me uneasy. I mean, he kind of alluded to the fact that it was by virtue of using the weapons, that's what I guess enhanced his tendency toward violence and aggression and stuff. But they were obviously working for someone who wanted her blood. It's not like they were just randomly attacking her. I would think that, you know, after this session, he would have at least pulled her aside and be like, look, I thought I should let you know about this. Maybe he might do it later, who knows, but that's just, it feels uneasy. I don't want to have to, like, suspect everyone in this show, because it seems like everybody might possibly have it out for Jen. And it sucks, because you want her to find people she connects with, to find someone who could love her for her, but given the amount of people we've seen so far, how they've used and discarded her, how they talk to her, I feel like everyone here to some degree is a villain. That's just what it feels like at this point.
It's like you can't trust anybody, and I guess that's kind of what they're going for again, the female thing.
Yeah.
It's like,
no.
don't immediately trust anybody.
And it's like, I don't want to have to feel that way about a therapy group, because that to me should be off limits in terms of all medium. They should never make the therapist the secret bad guy. They should never make anybody in therapy a bad guy. I get there are bad people that go to therapy, you know, but the fact is, it's supposed to be a thing to help people. And even in this day and age, it is still highly stigmatized. There are a lot of people who need genuine therapy who absolutely refuse to go to it, either because of mistrust or because they're afraid they'll be discriminated against or something like that. So to have a medium actually make those people a bad guy, especially in a Marvel property, that to me would be really bad. Like I said, I'm hoping that the whole coincidence with the car, with her just happened to being stuck there, happening to being led to the group that had the one bar of Wi-Fi, I really hope that was just a coincidence, just the universe's way of telling Jen, oh, you really need this therapy session and these people are the best way to do it. I really hope this wasn't orchestrated and that, yeah, we need to get close to her, make her trust us, so let's just orchestrate events so that she ends up here. I really hope that's not the direction we're going in.
I want to, but again, everything smells really fishy, right down to the fact that She-Hulk was brought in, check in on Emil in the first place, because what happened, like one of the officers was gone.
He said, well, no, the guy said that Emil's tracker was like malfunctioning.
Right.
But then that he completely couldn't find anyone available to go up there, and I assume it's also a money thing. They didn't want to have to hire people to impromptu go up there. So it's like, oh, let's just get his lawyer to come for free because it's just convenient that way, and it doesn't cost anything.
Again, like you said, I don't want to be having to suspect, but everything right down to the beginning of that is just very fishy. It smells very planned out.
I'm even suspecting, like, the bride at this point. Because think about it. She just gets an invitation
out of the blue
from someone she knew long ago in high school, who she doesn't talk to, suddenly asking to become her bridesmaid. And you think, oh, she's just taking advantage of because she's She-Hulk. But it's like, no, she doesn't want her to be She-Hulk. Okay, that's weird. And then it just so happens this guy shows up, who's a friend of the groom, who wants to hook up with her.
And also to Tanya,
Yeah, and Titania just randomly shows up too.
Yeah.
Seems like an amalgamation of people. And I know there's a whole freaking website of people that not only actively hate her, but want to do harm to her, who want her dead. I'm just wondering how big this shit is exactly. Again, what do they need her blood for? Because I know everyone has their speculations on who it could be and all that. But again, I'm wondering to what means. Is this being used to kill her? Is this somebody trying to make themselves into a Hulk so they can take her on? You know, there's just so many questions. And we only have, 2 episodes left?
Yep.
Yeah, the last 2 are probably going to be biggies, I'm guessing. Or at least will lead on a cliffhanger that leads into season 2. Because I do believe it's got greenlit for season 2.
Probably, yeah.
Greenlit. But yeah, the point is, there is a big thing of brewing, and we still haven't seen Daredevil yet either. We gotta figure out how he equates into all this exactly, because, I don't know, to my knowledge, I don't think Daredevil dealt with anything of that nature, did they? I mean, I know obviously he's a lawyer who's involved with the law and corrupted individuals and stuff, but I'm wondering how all that is going to bring him into the picture of what's going on with Jen.
Who knows? I mean, it might even be that he doesn't even show up in this and that it winds up being in his series that they have the crossover.
Or you watch, he shows up at the last minute in the final episode. It's like the ultimate cliffhanger into season 2. Guarantee you that's what we're heading towards with this. But yeah, overall, I said this was a better episode than the last one. I really appreciated the therapy stuff, finally addressing Jen's issues, but at the same time kind of validating a lot of her mistrust and everything, and why she clings so hard to both her new persona but wanting to validate her old persona and everything. That was all nice. I really enjoyed that. It's just, at the same time now, I'm just even more worried because now they officially have her blood. We know who, at this point, a lot of the people who not to trust, but I don't know, it's tough. It's just tough because you suspect everyone now. Even her friends I'm starting to look at sideways a bit. I'm like, are you sure you have her best interest at heart? Are you sure you're not letting slip this info or whatever? But we'll have to wait and see for the next episode. So until then, I'm Kat MacBerrie.
I'm Doug MacBerrie.
And namaste to you all.
See you later.